everybody, I am back. It is Shadow the Wolf. Here we are with another episode. Now, I'm sure earlier you saw my Anthrocon compilation video with all the silly little footage I had from the convention, but Anthrocon really meant a lot to me, and I just wanted to take a moment and talk about it and just go over a couple of things of how the convention went and what it was like and all the things you could do there and just how much fun it was. And really how it evolved my whole journey through the furry fandom. Now, this isn't scripted, I'm really just kind of going off my head, so if I sound repetitive, I'm sorry, I don't have a script, I haven't rehearsed this, I'm really just gonna go for it. But anyway, let's get started. So, Anthrocon, for those of you who may not know, Anthrocon is a furry convention in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It happens the weekend, usually of July 4th, and it's about 4 days long. Sometimes it may be longer or shorter, I don't know. But yeah, it is the second largest in terms of attendance in the whole world. It is a massive convention. The only one with a bigger number of people was Midwest Fur Fest. But anyway, focusing on Anthrocon, this was my very first Anthrocon ever. My second ever convention. My first was Furthermore, as you may know if you've been watching my channel. So this was my first time going to Anthrocon, and first of all, the drive. It was long. I got there, I was tired. I was actually in the Westin. The Westin is actually the main hotel. And right from the start, it was just a journey. As soon as I walked in, there were already suitors everywhere. Mind you, I got there a day ahead of time. This was Wednesday, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like the day before the con, and there were already suitors everywhere. I was like, what is happening? There's so many people, and yeah, so the attendance this year, I think it was like 9,300 people. It was a huge amount of people. Anyway, so I go in, and I was walking around, and I actually had to go get in suit right away because I actually had the interview scheduled with Uncle Kage. If you don't know, Uncle Kage is the chairman of Anthrocon. You can see my video with his interview. You can actually put the link below in the description so you can sort of jump over there and watch it. But yeah, so right away I go up there and I had my interview with Kage. And the interview was actually kind of funny because I brought a bottle of white wine for Uncle Kage because I know, he likes wine. And I was thinking, okay, we're going to crack open the wine and we're going to have the interview. So this is kind of like outside the camera, kind of spoilers. Well, not really spoilers, just like bloopers. So he's like, okay, I'm not going to open the bottle because I'm working. And I'm like, you know what, fair, that's fair, okay. I'm thinking, we're going to like drink it later or something, I don't know. But we did the interview, and, we finish. I give Uncle Kage a hug, shake his hand, tell him thank you, blah, blah, blah. And he just wanders off with the bottle, and I'm just like, but, I wanted some! Ah! But yeah, I was kind of looking forward to having some wine with Uncle Kage, but I didn't get to. Anyway, so from there, I went back down, and at that point, it was con on. Convention had officially started for me. It was great. I was meeting people left and right. And like I said in the last video, I was going to film. I was actually planning on doing a music video at the convention. I had all these plans. Yeah, none of that happened. Not because I wasn't able to do it. It's just, I didn't bother. I was having so much fun. So that's going to get more into it. Basically, I really love the furry fandom. Ever since I started it, I have been enjoying a lot of what the conventions have to offer, going to fur meets, hanging out with my local furry friends, all that stuff. And I just really love it. And it's hard to explain what you feel when you're around other furries, especially when you really haven't had anything in your life that's really been significant, really made you proud or passionate or happy. But when you have that, and for me that's the fandom, it's so moving. And just being around all those people, it really does change you. And I know that might sound corny, but it really changes you. It changes your perspective on everything. And through the whole convention, I felt like I was a different person. I had more confidence. I was happy. I was running around. I was being silly. And it was just non-stop through the whole thing, 24/7. It's funny. No, so like normally when I'm at home, like I sleep a lot. I like sleep. I sleep in. I go to bed kind of late-ish. Not really, kind of early. But at the convention, I was going to bed every single night, probably around 3 or 4 in the morning, and waking up by 9. Like, it was constant. And I didn't feel tired. It was like, how is this possible? I was literally running on like some crazy furry energy. It was great. And just, it was an amazing feeling to just be on just overdrive the whole time. And you don't really feel the exhaustion. Like, I guess maybe feel that after the con's over? I don't know, but like, it was amazing. And I just remember so Wednesday, I hung out, went out to dinner, had tacos with my buddies. Thursday, the convention officially started. We went to the Reg line, and it was crazy at the Reg line. I was a super sponsor, so our line was, kind of shorter, I guess, but I just, like, you saw the main Reg line, and it was crazy. It wasn't super long, like what I heard from MFF, because I guess everybody didn't go to register at the same time, but it was still long, and it continued all day. The Reg line was just the same size. It didn't shrink, it just stayed the same all day. So I was in the super sponsor line, and that was cool. It kind of like winded up and down like that, and then when I was almost my turn, I kind of looked to my right, and I see Crash Zero standing there. I'm like, oh my god, it's Crash, Went over and said hi, gave him a hug. It was pretty cool. I was actually really excited to meet him. You saw my top 5, and Crash was on there, so, it was really cool to see him in real life. So I registered with my buddy Volatar, and we went up, got in suit and everything. And that whole day, it was just awesome. I honestly forget. Well, there weren't too many events that day because the whole day was basically registration. So I think I went to like one thing, kind of popped my head into a panel. I didn't really stay. It was just kind of walking around, suiting, having fun. And, I saw so many people. I mean, all my friends were there. All the local furries, Tuners, Pixie, Orphe, all the people. They were all there. And I met a bunch of new people. I made new friends that, I still stay in touch with to this day. Barry the Angel Dragon, Nalu Catfish, Haffy, Suka, a whole bunch of people. And it was so amazing to meet all of them. And then, of course, Thursday night, I had my room party. Now, I live in Maryland, so I was actually able to drive up to Pittsburgh, and I took with me quite a lot of things. A lot of alcohol, I made a pretty big Jello shot and a watermelon. I kind of went crazy, and we just had an insane room party Thursday night, and it was intense. Oh my god, it was amazing. Wow. I don't really know what to say besides wow, and just having the people there. Not many, we kind of weren't even in suit. We were just kind of hanging out and drinking and partying. It was fun. And then, that party ended. Friday came, the opening ceremonies. That was fun. And I honestly don't remember too much about Friday because we were just running around like crazy. I was with Voltar for a lot of the time, and my roommate. Oh yeah, so we went to the dealer's den on Friday because that's when it opened. Everything kind of started on Friday. It was after the opening ceremonies, I believe. Yeah, I think it was opening ceremonies, then dealer's. I forget. Anyway, so the dealer's den opened, and it was really amazing to me because I went to the dealer's den at Furthermore, and it was fun. They had all these dealers in there. It was amazing. Anthrocon was I couldn't even wrap my head around what I was seeing. There were so many vendors in the dealer's den, and just the amount of stuff that you could buy and look at, and they had the artist gallery, and oh my god, it was amazing. It just incredible. truly incredible to see that. And everyone's in there. People are buying stuff. People are taking pictures and running around. I actually saw later on, I think it was on Saturday actually, I actually saw MOSFET running around the dealer's den. That was fun. I went over and gave him a hug. I got on his nerves because I wooed. He doesn't like a woos. I had to do it. MOSFET, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I just had to do it. But yeah, I saw MOSFET. That was cute. And then, so Friday night, was another one. I was actually planning on going to some shows and seeing, panels, and I wanted to see Foxes and Peppers, Foxamore, all that. Yeah, that didn't happen. Like I said, if you're going to Anthrocon, don't even bother planning, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, in terms of filming, okay, maybe I could have filmed. I recommend if you intend to film and you're a suitor, get a handler, because you're going to be having so much fun. You're not going to want to hold a camera. Have a handler. They can hold the camera. They can capture the footage. That might make it easier for you to actually get footage and not have to detract from you having fun. But anyway, back to the story. So Friday night, I was going to have another room party, and I texted Pixie, and I'm like, hey, Pixie, where are you? And he's like, hey, man, I'm having a party up in my room. And I'm like, oh, where are you at? What's up? And he sends me a little gif of his party, and everybody's there. And I was like, holy crap. So there was a lot of people. And he texted me his room, so I go up. And that was an interesting night. So it started off room in the party in Pixie's room. Now Pixie had a suite, so he had a good amount of people in there. And we were just partying and dancing and having fun. And then I think it was like, I want to say maybe midnight? I don't know. Around midnight, we left Pixie's room because, I don't know, I guess some people were going to bed. I don't know. And we went to another suite. And there was more people in there, more of, Pixie's crew. He's been in the fandom a lot longer than me, so he knows a lot more people. So we partied there, and it was funny because they were running out of drinks. And they're like, everyone go to your room and get some stuff and bring it up here. We need to keep the party going. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. Careful what you wish for. So, remember that Jell-O shot I was telling you about? Yeah. So, with my party, I was making a lot of cocktails, and the Jell-O shot did get eaten, but only a little bit. So, I still had most of it. So, here I am bringing this big watermelon filled with a Jell-O shot up to the big party, and everybody's going in on it. Oh my god, everybody. It was a lot of fun. So we kind of finished with that party, and I forget whose room it was, but they said, hey, we got to shut this one down too because we don't want to get a noise complaint. So from there, we left that and we went down to the waterfront. There was like a little area by the convention center right on a river. It's actually good to see the fireworks because 4th of July, that's where people go to watch the fireworks. So it was July 5th at that point, so the show was already over. We went down to the waterfront and we were just basically continuing the party. We were running around, being silly. It was just incredible. I don't think I stopped until like 3 in the morning and went back to my room and crashed and still managed to wake up at like 9 a.m. and it was Saturday. And Saturday was crazy. Now, the rest of the convention was a little tricky because I did a lot of loud singing and screaming and being crazy at the party, so I lost my voice. And I lost it hard. Oh my god, I lost my voice really hard. I sounded like I was going through puberty all over again. It was terrible. I could barely speak. But yeah, so Saturday came around and they had the fursuit parade. I was actually... Oh yeah, so Thursday... I'm sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up. Blah! Saturday, fursuit parade. Okay, so I wake up, me and my roommate, whatever, we go eat breakfast, etc. And later on, I meet up with Brightwater Wolf. If you don't know Brightwater Wolf, he's a furry TikToker, kind of like Tuners and Barry the Angel Dragon. So I met up with Brightwater, and we hung out. He wanted to go to the dealer's den, so I went with him again, and they were running around buying stuff. I was with them. That's where I saw MOSFET. And then we went to the fursuit parade, and holy crap. I didn't realize how many fursuiters were at Anthrocon until I walked into the area for the fursuit picture, because they take a picture of the whole convention before we go on the parade. Oh my god! I have never seen that many fursuiters in one place. I mean, you see the pictures from like other conventions, but it's nothing compared to seeing it in person. Oh my god, everybody was there. So, oh, and it wasn't even all the fursuiters, because I know a lot of the people who were partying with Pixie, they didn't want to go to the parade because they were tired. So, like, as many people was there, that still wasn't everybody. Not everybody was there. It was insane. So I was there, and I actually got to see Telephone in the fursuit picture area. She was off to the side, giving people hugs. I was kind of disappointed because I went up and I was going to give her a hug, but right when it was almost, my turn to go up and say hello to her, she took off her head because she was getting hot, and I was like, oh man! But, I said hi to her, and, that was when she informed us that this was going to be Telephone's last convention for that suit. She's actually retiring her current suit and making a brand new Telephone suit. So I was kind of excited to hear that, but I was actually really sad because I've never met the OG Telephone. I never got to give the OG Telephone a hug. I never got to hear her squeak in person. Oh, I'm sad. But no, it was cool to meet Telephone. She was nice. You just, say hello. I told her, how she inspired me and all that. It was pretty cool. So then I went off, saw MOSFET again. He was being silly around the water area where you get water. He was playing around with the water machines and drinking through his nose. That was fun. I went back with Brightwater and the other guys, and we stood in line with Uncle Kage way up on the rafters thing. And they took the picture, and then we started to go out in the parade. The parade was crazy. There's got to be hundreds of spectators all behind the barricade, and everyone's cheering and clapping, and a couple of us were like running down the line giving people high fives. It was great. I think there was like 4 or 5 news stations there, all like live filming the whole thing, and we just weave in and out of the building, going around through the whole parade, and then it finally finishes. And we're in another indoor area where everyone's resting. They have water everywhere so people can, rehydrate and cool off. Let me tell you, you need to have some stamina to do the fursuit parade, especially at Anthrocon, because it's Pittsburgh, it is midsummer. It was hot. It was very, very hot and humid. Oh my god, the humidity was a nightmare because it kept raining for the whole time, and then it finally cleared up, and now the sun comes out and all that water. Speaking of water, Anthrocon was hilarious. I'm not kidding when I say this. Almost every hour through the whole convention, we would get a phone alert on our cell phones that says, "Attention, flash flood warning!" "Attention, flash flood warning!" Literally the whole con, we kept getting flash flood warnings. It was like, what is happening? But yeah, it rained a lot. And then it would come out, the sun would be there, and then rain again, and sun, rain. So the humidity was a nightmare. But the fursuit parade was great. I loved it. You saw some of the footage in my previous video. That was literally just like a fraction, because I was recording the whole thing, but it wasn't usable because I was bouncing around and being silly the whole time. So it was just the camera flying all over the place. But yeah, so that night, Saturday, another party at Pixie's room. And there were more people there, and it was just great. And then Sunday comes around. We're doing all the things. Convention's still going strong. I was hanging out with Barry the Angel Dragon, Tuners, met Brightwater here and there. And that's another thing. I think it was Saturday. I could be wrong. It might have been Sunday. I don't remember the exact day. But the TikTok panel. So I forget who it was, but they were working with Pixie. And they had the TikTok panel, and it was originally planned to just be like, it was in this room, right? And they were going to have TikTokers there, and then, Daxter and, Daxter Dingo, Barry the Angel Dragon, Majira was going to come in, Beta Eta Delota, or Maverick, was actually at the panel. So originally it was just going to be small, and they were going to be in the room, but so many people showed up, like probably 5 to 6 times the number of people that would have fit in that room. We actually had to move it out into the hallway because there was too many people. So you have Pixie and Daxter and Barry, and I think Nalu was up there. Beta Ada Delota, Maverick. They were all up front, they had to stand on chairs to talk to people because there were so many people. And they did like a quick Q&A, and we had, people took pictures with them. It was amazing. I was up front because I was hanging with Tuners and Barry, so I was like right there. But it was amazing to see that many people come out for the first TikTok panel. Like, we had no idea it was going to be so big. So that was insane. So Sunday comes along, and like I said, Saturday night, we had another party at Pixie's room. So Sunday comes along, and it was a slower day, but it was still a lot of fun. I actually did my first TikTok Sunday night. I did my first TikTok with Brightwater over at the Westin. We were doing TikToks and stuff all day. We did a bunch of TikToks on Tuner's channel, Barry's channel, Nalu's channel. I think we did one on Happy's channel, or was it Minty Coco's channel? I don't remember. There was so many of us. We were doing silly TikToks, running around, being furries. And, yeah, but... So that was basically the convention, and then Monday morning, we woke up, and my group was leaving that day, so we kind of left. But, so that's basically the convention experience. Now, what it was like, so you might have some questions like, how did all of this make you feel? It made me feel amazing. I felt like I had just vastly expanded my reach of friends and people that I knew, and it was just such a great feeling because people are so friendly at furry conventions. I got to just go up and talk to people and give them hugs and just be part of this big fluffy family. It was great. And so I know a lot of you are like, oh my god, Pixie. Holy crap, Shadow, did you hang out with any puppy furs? So to answer the question, yes. But here's the thing. And this makes sense. Popular people, they don't really like to be called puppy fur. And I can kind of see why, because a lot of times that term is, I don't want to say derogatory, but yeah, it kind of is. It's kind of disrespectful to call someone a puppy fur. And here's why. You see this person, and they start making content. Let's take Majira, for example. Okay, let's take Majira. So you have Majira, and a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, he starts making content, and he gets huge. And you have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that know Majira. And they're bombarding him with messages and trying to get pictures with him at conventions, and then you have all these people. I can only imagine the live streams. Notice me, senpai, ooh, ooh, or some nonsense like that, and just trying to take a picture. Oh, can you give me a shout out? Oh, can you do a collab with me? Oh, Majira, oh, Majira, oh, Majira, ah! I mean, think about how that would make you feel. So a lot of people are like, oh, puppy furs, they only hang out with other puppy furs. They're too good for us. No, it's not that. It's just they're still people. They want to be treated like people, and that's hard for them because most of the time people don't treat them like people. People treat them like a spectacle. They'll run up to you and oh my god, I know you can have a hug. Like, you can't carry on a conversation with somebody. They're either bugging you for pictures or a hug or a collab or saying notice me, senpai. And I can understand why that would get annoying. Like, geez. So yes, I did meet these people, a lot of them. I won't say all who I hung out with, but I met them, and I hung out with them, and I went to parties with them. And you know why? Because I wasn't fangirling all over them, driving them up a freaking wall. You just take it to heart. Like, next time you see one of these big popular furries, don't go start freaking out and, don't be disrespectful. Just go up to them and talk to them like a normal person. That's really just what they want. They just want to be treated normally. They just want to have a regular conversation with somebody without being, bombarded by paparazzi. Like, that's really what it's like. They're not some sort of like secret cult that you can't mingle with. They don't want to constantly be swarmed. Like, some of them, like, they don't really suit that much at cons because if they go out in their suit, they're gonna get swarmed for pictures. And that makes me sad. I can't imagine going to a con and not being able to suit out in public by yourself because you get mobbed by people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you saw a lot of the hype around Beta's new suit. That was his grand unveiling at Anthrocon, and I barely saw Beta around the con. Now, I'm obviously not going to say why, but I have a good suspicion as to why, because people were probably swarming him, and he was brand new to, you know, being in his own suit. He probably didn't want to deal with that. So, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the guy, you know. He gets his suit for the first time and he's already like, boom, popular. Like, damn, that's gotta be rough. But anyway, moving on. I don't want to spend all my time talking about, you know, that. So, Anthrocon, really any furry convention, it gets to you and it means so much. You know, meeting people, seeing someone that you've always wanted to meet, and just, you know, talking to them, and they invite you to, you know, breakfast or something. It's a nice feeling being able to mingle with all these people and have fun and make friends and lifelong memories that, you know, you'll really cherish forever. And another thing that I want to mention is, and this is kind of silly, but it's true. It's really true. You don't believe it until it happens to you, but it is true. PCD, post-con depression. So when I left Furthermore, I think I talked about this in my Furthermore video. I kind of got teary-eyed and all that stuff when I left Furthermore. Anthrocon was like dialed up to 11. It was so different. Having so much fun with so many people, and then when it was like Sunday night, we were actually doing TikToks at Tuner's room, and I went to move my car from the Westin to his hotel because my parking was expiring or whatever. I know it's silly. I actually broke down in my car. I was just, and it wasn't like depressed, sad. It was happy tears. It was like, it meant so much to me, and all those emotions, it just overwhelmed you. It just completely fills your heart and your soul. And when you have those experiences, you really do know that this is something that you love, and this is something that you want to do forever. And this community, I can confidently say the furry community is the greatest community anywhere in the world. If a lot of people say, oh, we want world peace, blah, blah. If there's ever a chance, if there's ever an example of a group that could truly have cohesion and peace to it, I would say the furry fandom is it. Because there's so much love and so much joy in this fandom, and I don't ever want to see that end. That's amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much my Anthrocon experience. I know that was a long one. Sorry if I bored you with my long-winded speaking. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, bookmark my channel so you don't get lost in the YouTube search engine, and I will see you guys next time for more exciting, wonderful shenanigans with Shadow the Wolf. Bye!